Good morning guys, welcome back to my allotment diaries. My name's Emma, these are the allotment diaries. Officially autumn now, officially autumn. Lots of rain in the UK though, so we've had a very wet, rainy start to autumn in the UK, so it's been quite difficult to get down here. And obviously we've had some trouble at the allotment plot, it seems. So what do we make of this little handy hack for keeping this tree from falling and crushing anyone who walks along the pathway? What do we think of this then? Not sure guys. Not sure if that's actually supporting the tree or if it's just broken off the tree. Is it actually just broken off the tree? Ah, okay. I was going to say that explains my terrible building of structures on my allotment, you know, if this is the sort of example it's being set for me here, but it looks like it's just sort of broken off. So I wonder what more damage we will find in the allotment today. Oh dear. Also, we have a sort of little communal compost heap going on here. So the lovely people who are in charge of the allotment have said that we can dump off our sort of old crops and stuff here. All of us combined in all the plots, if we all put it here, it'll make kind of like a communal compost heap that we can all go and use whenever we want to. And it's also a great way of getting rid of all your old crops and stuff if you're not very good at making your own compost like me. So this is just a really nice, excellent way of sort of helping everyone out, because compost making is quite difficult and a bit of a skill you need to acquire and figure out and stuff, and not everyone has the skill, me, or has the time to sort of figure it out. So this is just really nice. Oh dear, I see a lot of blight on people's tomatoes. You can get blight on potatoes actually, but on the tomatoes I can actually see a lot of people have got blight. Such a devastating disease for your tomatoes to get. Look at these ones. So I think what I had on my tomatoes was definitely blight. You can see how it's actually affecting the tomato fruit as well, and the stem. That's the difference between it being like a scorched problem and blight, is that it starts to affect the stem and the tomatoes when it's blight. Whereas if it was more of sort of a sun-scorched problem or something, you'd expect it just to affect a few of the leaves. But you can see the stem is all going rotten, the tomatoes are going rotten. What a shame. Blooming blight, eh? Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed the start of my mini-series, Allotment Gardening for Very Beginners, which went up yesterday at 9 AM. So if you missed that video and you are a beginner allotment, it's got loads of helpful tips from me in it of just how to clear your plot. Next week we're going to talk about how to fill the growing beds and how to sort them out ready to grow in. But let me know if you've got any urgent kind of questions or anything you want me to address in those videos, because I will incorporate them into them. I want them to be as useful as possible, so I sort of have them up on my channel and I can direct people there when they ask questions. It's been a long time coming. I've wanted to do that for a long time, but I've been put off because my setup isn't very professional and stuff, you know, it's just me holding a camera kind of walking around. So, but I just thought this is the year I'm just going to do it. Let's just go for it, you know. I'm not a professional TV producer, so these are just what they are, really. And that's all the excuses I can think of today. I brought some things to feed the robin today. So we're going to do that first. No, actually what we're going to do first is address this bed behind me here, because it's driving me nuts. For whatever reason these nets will not stay on, so the bird's going to have to wait for his grub. I'm taking them off. Really good, really healthy. I can't remember what on earth they are. I think it's cabbages and cauliflower, pretty sure. But as far as I'm aware, cabbage white butterfly is gone now and there's no more caterpillars coming around and stuff, so I'm just going to leave it uncovered and focus on protection against the slugs and snails. What about the pigeons though? That's a good point. Alright, let's get some of those twisty things actually, because birds, contrary to popular belief, you might not believe me when I say this, but birds love eating the leaves of brassicas. They will come down and they will just scrape all the leaves off and just eat them. So they're very healthy birds, they're very healthy creatures. I just don't want them to eat mine. Oh no. What's the problem here then? This here doesn't look like blight. These are potatoes. These are second early potatoes, Maris pear, and this doesn't look like blight. This looks like frost damage, which is the main risk of planting them out at this time of year, because obviously we get frost. Potatoes do not like frost. They're not growing very well over there, are they? Growing a lot better over here. We're going to have to protect these with some kind of fleece. I'm going to cut these bits off just in case it is blight, hope for the best, and then cover it. Right, so this net is actually Insecto net, which is like an insect stopper. You can see my hand quite clearly through that, but it also does say that it stops frost. So I'm really hoping it sort of works. I put it in these sticks so it doesn't blow away. Fingers crossed, eh? I got a lot of questions last time when I put the cardboard over my sweet corn bed over there. How do I stop the cardboard from flying away? Did I just leave it? What did I do? And I should have been more specific. I'm sorry about that, guys. I actually just cover it with some wooden planks and some rocks just to hold it down. And then what I'm going to do this year, now normally I will wet that with a watering can and start topping it up with natural material like compost, manure, fallen leaves, anything I can get my hands on really. This year I'm actually going to leave the cardboard there for a little bit, so probably until like November time, to rot down and to actually go mushy, and then I'm going to top it up with the compost and the natural materials, because in a couple of the beds where I haven't been able to top them up sufficiently, so I've only been able to put a little bit of compost on, I've just found that it's not, the cardboard has remained too much intact, and the roots have struggled to go through it. Normally they don't, they can go through cardboard, but only if the cardboard's soggy enough, wet enough. Let me show you what's happened to this one. So when did we cover that bed? So this one here was done, oh, I think about 2 weeks ago. I've just left the cardboard down. You can see the rocks holding it down. What is happening to the cardboard is that it's gone super moldable and it's just coming apart like this. It's like mushy. Like if I was to screw that up, I could probably make a pot out of that, like that turn into clay or something, you know? It's very moldable, and that's what I'm leaving it to do, to get incredibly wet and soaked through. I've never done it this way before. I've always just put compost straight on top, so I will let you know how the bed does this like next year and how it's different basically. But it's an experiment for me. I've never done it this way. I'm always changing the way that I do things in my garden. I actually have a whole wheelbarrow of water here because I left my wheelbarrow the wrong way. What's that in it? Is that a caterpillar? Is that dead caterpillar? Oh my god, I think it is. Oh, that's so sad. That's such a beautiful one as well. Oh, I'm so sorry, mate. This was a mistake. You're supposed to leave your wheelbarrow upside down or in a shed, but I'm going to put that straight over the cardboard there. you see that? You see the snails that are focusing? Look at that. Why is he on that then? Why, of all the places you could go? You're insane. Snails are crazy. Right, I brought some more of these. Remember I said I was going to buy some of the little fat balls for birds? So these are just little balls of fat. What is it? Yeah, fat balls. So it's just a ball of fat and then they stuff some bird seed in it. The squirrels tend to like it more than Einstein, but I'm hoping it will kind of keep the crows and the magpies and stuff away from Einstein's food. Wishful thinking, I think. I think that makes no sense, but just put them into these little things. Maybe the squirrels will have it, I don't know. Right. I will, however, I just remembered to put a stick through it, because they do find it hard to get to this stuff if you don't have something for them to hold on to. I don't know if that's going to work there. What stick is this? Why is it breaking? Right, like that. So I'll put that up in the tree. Noisy here today, there's a lot going on. I brought with me some daffodil bulbs today. So I brought two different varieties. These ones are the bright yellow ones. They are called Carlton Narcissus. Carlton, they're yellow ones basically, just great for putting in the garden. I also brought this variety, which is kind of the same, but it's called Binky. They turn from lemon to white. So I thought these two together would be really pretty in the springtime. Now is really the time to be planting spring bulbs, I would say, because you can do it up until sort of November time, but I actually think it's better to get them in earlier. It gives them more time to kind of do their thing, and also the weather tends to be better in sort of September time, beginning of October. It's just a nice time to get out in the garden, and we've still got a bit of sun. It's not freezing cold, the ground's not frozen over, you know, lots of positives to doing it now. Yeah, I think these together will look really pretty in this little under the apple tree area here, where I've got some perennial plants, got some lavender in and bits and bobs. But yeah, I think we've got, how many's in the pack? There's a lot in the pack. So the best way to plant bulbs like this is to throw them. Let me show you. So things like daffodils tend to look quite good in groups. So to make it look as natural as possible, we're going to sort of scatter them. Like that. You can see I've thrown them into a little clump, and that where they've fallen is where I'm going to plant them, and that will give it quite a natural look. To be honest though, this area is quite small, and I've got a lot to cover, a lot to plant, so it's probably not going to look the way I want it to. It's good advice though, if you have a really big space or a really big garden, plant daffodils in little clumps, because that's kind of how they come up naturally in nature. So just group them into little groups around the place, and honestly it looks so beautiful, so sweet. If you go to a park and they have daffodils growing, see how they're growing and then kind of copy it. Copy nature basically. Nature doesn't mind, you can copy it all you want, all you want. So I'm just going to use the old handle and sort of stick from an old fork or something that I snapped ages ago. I always keep all my tools that I break because they do come in use for like other jobs. So this is really good, like what are they called, the things, a dribbler, the things that you bury bulbs with, that you dig into the ground. This makes a really great one. And as a really easy rule of thumb to remember how deep to bury bulbs, twice the height of the bulb basically. Is that a magpie? Twice the height of the bulb. And that's it. Right, let's get planting. can already envision how beautiful this whole area is going to be. So all of those daffodil bulbs are now in here in little clumps just all over the area. It's going to look absolutely beautiful. And then I brought some tulips to go into this bed here. I'm trying to keep flowers to designated flower beds this year and not mix them about too much. That was a headache, that job. That was long and very repetitive, and yeah, not my favourite job. The Dahlia's fallen over. Let's see what we can do with him then. That's such a shame, that is. That's the rain that's done that. Obviously my structure did absolutely nothing to help him. What a shame. It's all broken off. A little bit better. So then, some sticks. Oh. Right, well, that's a bit of a shame because he was doing so well, and look at all the beautiful flowers. Never mind. Next year I'm definitely going to have to support my dahlias a bit better, but to be fair, I didn't know they were actually going to grow. They kept dying, didn't they, over and over again, so we never know. Right, I hope you've enjoyed the vlog today. I'm going to go and get some more wood chip now, but I'm not going to film that. There's still a little bit left, so I'm going to go grab it before someone else does. Finish off some of the pathways. I hope you've enjoyed my vlog. If you did, do subscribe to my channel. I'll be back again on Wednesday. See you Wednesday, guys. Bye.